Woburn Abbey is one of Britain's leading stately homes, well known in modern times for having created one of the best wildlife reserves in the world. More recently, however, it's earned a reputation as the location of 3 outstanding international golf courses. The latest addition being the Marquis course, fulfilling the wishes of the late 13th Duke of Bedford.
The late Duke, it was his desire to have 3 courses here, and we were just very lucky. It all happened 5 years ago. This was a natural woodland. We had to fell in excess of 20,000 trees, carved a golf course out of the natural forest here of the natural chestnuts and pines, and just carved avenues, and it was quite an exercise. It was very special for me to be involved at that particular time.
And the dense forest uncovered a few secrets in the process.
In June '99, we had a greenkeeper digging a trench out, and he came across a hard object and telephoned me and said, I think I've come across a hard object. I'm digging away here in this trench. And he said, I think it's a bomb. This particular time I hesitated, stopped and asked him to repeat it, and quite right, we'd found a bomb. We didn't only find one bomb, we found 82 bombs. So within sort of an hour we had the bomb disposal team down here, the police, the whole place was shut off for 2 days.
The 3-year-old Marquis course has all the trappings of a modern designed golf course.
It's set in 275 acres here, and this is a monster of a golf course, I want to tell you. 7,214 yards off the back tee. Everything is all carry. It's a modern design compared to the design of the Dukes and Duchess, which is set in its very natural heathland area. But this is more of a, you would term it as more of a modern golf course, American style, to be able to suit the spectators for major tournaments. The fairways are very lush, as you can see. We've put a lot of investment in here. It's a mixture of rye and fescue. So you find it's a different characteristics really to the Dukes and Duchess.
The length of the course justifies wider fairways, giving players the incentive to use the driver, as on the signature hole, the 7th.
It's a beautiful hole. It's our signature hole. We have 8 trees, 8 pine trees, Scots pine right down the middle of the fairway. So you've got dual fairways. You either go to the left, which is the traditional way to approach the hole, or you go to the right. But after 250 yards from the tee, you're going to run out of fairway and you go into a very steep gully with heather and everything else protecting it. When we have the tournament here, you'll find the majority of pros will go down the right-hand side, and then they've got to negotiate bunkers to the front of the green, 2 bunkers, and of course a lot of them are going for it now. But the traditional way is really as short hitters, we go around the left-hand side, and hopefully we might get a chip and a putt for a 4 there. Very difficult green, because when you're pitching into it, you're actually pitching uphill to it, and it slopes a lot from back to front, and then it has this little subtle burrow over to the right-hand side, so it can get very speedy as well. You've got to be very, very clever and very precise with your pitch.
The last hole on the front 9 puts a real premium on the placement of your tee shot.
You've got to be very precise with your drive. You've got plenty of room on the right-hand side. The left-hand side, about 70 meters before the green, is a very mature oak with very large branches, which is going to protect any shot coming in from the left-hand side. But so it's ideal to approach it for the good drive on the right-hand side, and then approaching it in beautiful. We have the rhododendrons at the back of the green around the beginning of June. It is spectacular. And of course it drops down with 2 very, very severe bunkers at the front of the green. And then all the brush and everything around the right-hand side, the ferns. So it's like a little island. You've got to make sure you're very precise on that green.
The back 9 offers some new twists and turns, including the dogleg 11th.
This is my favourite hole. From the day I saw it being constructed, it's a dogleg left. You have to drive out certainly from the tournament tee. It's a 275-yard drive to be able to get to the mouth of the fairway to see the green. So as you can see, it is well protected, that green. It's a beautiful green. There's a number of undulations in there, and right at the back of that green you can see a little bunker poking its head out and provoking that player to the back of the green as well.
The par 4 12th is perhaps the toughest challenge on the Marquis course.
This is a wow hole here at Woburn. I mean, 343 yards off the tournament tee. You've got to try to get to the island. It's a card spoiler as well for any of the club golfers here, there's no question about that. A number of the players will decide to play short of the first water area, and then it'll be about a 7 or an 8 iron onto the green. But you have to be very precise. This is the smallest green on the course. Water has such an attraction, and those fish are just waiting for those golf balls.
The well-placed lifesaver, handy for those golfers whose luck runs out.
I think there are some times I've seen some golfers exceptionally frustrated that would like to just throw their clubs in there and walk away from it all.
The Marquis course completes an impressive package of golf at Woburn, an unbeatable package in the British Isles.
A golf course evolves. It takes time, you have to have patience, you can't argue with nature. We have passion here to make sure that we get the 3 best courses we possibly can. All 3 courses are in the top 100 of the British Isles. In actual fact, they're in the top 75 of the British Isles, but they've been included in Golf World's top 100. First time it's ever happened for any golf course in the British Isles to have 3.